Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Canon EOS 650 or EOS 650, whichever way you want to pronounce that or say it. Some people say it differently, but either way, this is it. Came out in 1987, I do believe. I'm going to check that real quick. I have a paper where I wrote everything down so I can give you the correct information. Now this one I paid $7 for this camera at a thrift shop. It has a Sigma lens. Okay, it doesn't have a Canon lens, a Sigma lens. That does, if you could pick it up, I'm not sure, but there is a coating issue on the front of this lens. Okay, now I shot some Ilford's Pan F Plus through this, okay, which is a 50 ISO, and I gotta say they came out really nice. They really did. And I also ran through some Ilford's Delta 100 Pro. Okay, so I ran that through here as well. And that also came out great. So I'll tell you what, I started to make footage for this video a little while ago, and kind of like life got in the way, so I didn't get back to it till just now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you to that other footage, and then after the end of that footage, I'm going to show you a couple more photos probably that came out of this camera, as well as a little back-end story of this, because I wrote down a lot of the details that I want to share with you here. And so we'll do that afterwards. So let's go ahead and let's get to that footage, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss that, okay? Okay, good morning everybody. So like I said, I am going to try this Canon EOS 650 that I bought for $7 at a thrift shop. I shot one roll through here already, just to give it a test run before I actually started to record here. But what I'm going to shoot today is I'm going a little different. I haven't really shot this except for like maybe one time or so. I'm going with the Pan F50. So it's an overcast day, a little bit of fog in the background, and I'm going to shoot a slow speed film. So let's see how this thing can handle it, and we'll get some results to you. Now I did do some research on this camera, and when I get back to my office, I'm going to go over all that because I have all my notes on my desk. So we're going to go over all the notes on this camera. I do believe it was 1986 that this camera came out, and this lens is worse for wear, really. It's a Sigma lens, and yeah, we're gonna try it. It's a 28-70. We're gonna give this a shot. It worked well with 100 speed film on a sunny day. So I'm going to try it at 50 on an overcast day, and so we had just came into May. This is like May 2nd. So let's go real quick, take a few shots, and then we'll get back to the office and I'll show you the shots, and I'll show you the things that I have learned about this camera. Okay, let's go. So far, so good. Okay, so I think this might actually be a good shot, and I'm going to give it a shot right here. Let me show you real quick before I take it. There we go. See how it just goes straight back. Now I shoot only black and white, so this is going to be a little different when I show you this one here. So let's see what that one looks like in black and white. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. Yeah, I'm at the QWERTY Creek Park here in Annville, Pennsylvania. And I started to walk down the trail after I was at the bridge there. And there's a couple families of geese, you know. So you have the parents with their babies, and they're all like really making really loud noises. And I don't want to get beat up by a goose today. So let's just pack it up and go somewhere else. And this way I don't stress them out either. Okay, and go somewhere else, and we'll finish the rest of this roll. I believe I took 6 shots, so we'll get the rest of it finished, and I'll be back to you when we get to a new place. Let's go. Okay, so I ended up here at Staubers Dam in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. As is another body of water, there are geese everywhere. And so I'm not going to take a chance that they don't have babies and they're not going to kick my ass today. So I'm going to take a few shots from here. Then I'm going to drive around to the other side of the lake and see if I can get a couple shots there, and then drive to the third part that I can park at, and maybe get a shot or two over there. I have 30 shots left on this roll. Let me give you an idea of what I'm thinking about for right here. You see this tree? That is very interesting to me. I'm going to might have to back up and take it at a 28 millimeter distance, but that's interesting to me. But this is the lake. There's a slight fog out here today, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's geese and ducks over here. So, but anyway, so that's what I'm going to attempt to take, and I'll show it to you right here. If I get a good shot of it, I'm going to show it to you right here. If not, then we're going to head to the other side quick and take a couple over there. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm at the other side now, and we're going to see what happens. It looks like it's getting a little bright out today. We are supposed to get 80 degrees today, and maybe some thunderstorms later on. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's 59 degrees now. It's supposed to get to 80. The reason I stopped here is because there's a duck with his babies trying to make it to the water. So I'm going to let them get to the water without really chasing them around. So, but yeah, take a look at this here really quick. There's a film on top of the water, so it's not going to be pretty, but we'll see what happens with the black and white. Not sure if we can pick that up right or not. This is a handicap fishing spot. Okay. I can get a couple of good shots out here. So, well, the ducks are in the water now, so let me go back and, oh, sorry. So let me go and let's take a few shots, okay? Let's go. Okay, how was that? So, for the record, I did not get my ass kicked by any geese, which is a good thing. However, we did get some good shots out of there, and as you saw, and I'm going to put a couple more after here, but I'm going to read you some of the information that I know about this camera, and it's kind of some interesting stuff here. It is the EOS 620-650 actually is the first camera that Canon produced in the EOS or EOS series. Okay, now EOS stands for Optical System. Okay, that's what it stands for. Okay, and now I'm just going to read this to you. Okay, it was introduced in March of 1987. Okay, it was the first professional autofocus camera. Okay, now in order for it to be an SLR with autofocus, they had to change the mount. Okay, so they had to change the mount. They changed it from an FD to an EF. Now, if you have if you're familiar with the FD, the Canon, the A1, okay, has an FD mount, and the EOS series, of course, they came with EF. Now, I don't know what EF stands for. I'm just going to assume that it stands for electronic focus, but that's just a guess of mine. I didn't look that part up. Sorry. Anyway, so basically, almost the whole thing is plastic. It's made out of plastic. When they first came out, they were running probably about $325, anywhere from $325 to $425, I believe is what I read. I didn't write that one down, but I believe that's what I read. So that's all the information that I wrote down. However, I do want to add a little bit of little note here about when they changed the lens mount. It really made a lot of photographers upset. You know, it really made them, because they had all of this equipment, you know, and it's all manual focus. And then they go to, you know, the hottest thing on the market that just came out, and it's autofocus, the very first of its kind. You know, it's revolutionary at the moment, at that day. You know what I mean? It is revolutionary, and everybody wanted it, but now they had to buy new lenses. So it kind of like upset them, you know, and which is understandable. But they tagged on, they got into it, they moved on, and the EOS series just took off from there. And so that's basically it, what I have about this camera here. So I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be the Canon T70, I believe. I got it for $25 at an antique shop, and it looks brand new. It was in the box and everything. And so I think that's the next one I'm going to do. So hang in there. If you want to see any extra photos that I have, you can go to hiddencityphotography.net, okay, and which is my website. And I do put these videos up there, and you can see more of my work. You can see some of the equipment that I use and some of the film stocks that I use. You can go on there and enjoy yourself. Leave a comment, send me a message, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, go check it out, hiddencityphotography.net. Don't forget, at the end of this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll get to the next video. It shouldn't be long because things are running a little bit more smooth now. Okay, so I will see you shortly with a new video. Take care. God bless.